Welcome back. Stop guessing who's using Ozempic, Jessica Simpson edition. Hi, my name is Reggie. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance, where I build adaptive business leaders through compassionate health coaching. Science-based is a core value, so I was looking at weight loss stories. This Jessica Simpson one is a big one over the weekend. And then compassion is also a core value. What's going on is social media users are calling her too skinny or assume she's been taking Ozempic. She said, "Oh Lord, it's not Ozempic. It's willpower. Do people want me to be drinking again because that's when I was heavier, or they want me to be having another baby? My body can't do it." And so I want to get into this a little bit and talk about why it is so easy for people to guess who's taking Ozempic or semaglutide and why it's a factor at all and what that can mean for you. All right. So when she says it's willpower, that's interesting. A lot of times I find people need confidence, realistic focus, and accountability. So that can feel a lot like willpower. But I really want to expand this conversation instead of guessing what she's doing. I'll get into that a little bit later. But really, what does it say about celebrities? And how does what you're saying about others impact the people around you and your family? If you have kids around, if you have especially little kids are especially impressionable, little girls, in the middle school and high school, you hear these celebrity stories and it becomes a big deal. And then people are like, is it okay if I lose a lot of weight or if I gain weight? And they have questions about their self-esteem. And if you are an adult participating in these kinds of conversations, you want to start to consider the impact about what you're saying about others and how that can harm or have an effect on the people that are looking up to you. Okay. And also, here's a big question. How does what you say about celebrities reflect in how you feel about yourself? A lot of people are quick to, jump on these celebrity stories and talk about all these people as kind of a gossip situation. But what is that really saying about you? And when you're looking at this, why do we guess if celebrities are using weight loss drugs? And that's something I really want to harp on and get into when it comes to this health coach reaction. A lot of times people will guess that a celebrity or someone who's made a health change, they've lost some weight, that they've done something big, or maybe they're sick or they're taking weight loss drugs. And really what this is kind of like the latest excuse for not being able to make the changes ourselves that we want to improve our lives. So it's very easy to think that other people are able to make the changes that we want. A lot of times if you have a weight loss goal or something, you'll say things like, "Oh, it's too hard. I don't have the discipline." And when you see someone else do it, you think there's something special about them that makes them more likely to see those results or get those changes that they want. Click like if this is making sense to you so far. So a lot of times people think like, "Oh, I can never do it on my own," or "I've tried and I failed. I've had a hard time making health changes, changing my food, exercising more, making it work for my schedule, and etc." And so you'll think that they're doing something else. And so right now, like before weight loss drugs, it wasn't a problem, but now it is an issue where people think like, what are they doing different? And they just assume it's Ozempic, but it's really not always the case. And it's kind of rude to assume that because that kind of decision is between that person and their doctor. All right. So Jessica Simpson's weight loss secret revealed. There's a video I found from some other interview channel. What she said she did, getting her steps, unplugging technology for at least 1 hour, getting enough sleep and eating healthy. And then she decided to stop drinking in 2017. And it hurts to hear so much negativity about herself from fans, but she said that she won't let it stop her from moving on with her life. Am I going to let the negativity derail me? No, I'm too old for that. She said, "I am too connected to myself right now to let that derail me. It doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt." She goes on to say, "I'm fortunate to have been every size for her brand, understanding women who buy her products, and for her psyche." So these are mental health things that could make an impact if you're thinking beyond just if someone's taking a weight loss medication. When you do that, this person, like a celebrity, would have to really be sure about why they're doing the things that they're doing. So they develop this kind of self-esteem, self-confidence element. And that's a part that a lot of people who are trying to lose weight haven't developed yet. They haven't developed the skill. They haven't really felt the pressure. And it's so much easier to just say that the other person, the celebrity, is doing things that I could never do for myself. I hope this is making sense. And this is something that I know from my experience in health coaching and working with people through this process is when you've been through these changes yourself, or if you've helped people to do it, to have these transformations, you have a different perspective on the conversations and the motivation, the process behind it. So you can really take steps. And that's why it's important when you're talking about these internet conversations and rumors and gossip that it's not always so straightforward. And a lot of people have things to say about weight loss or the weight loss industry or Ozempic or health coaches, but they don't really have the perspective necessary to make changes for themselves or to comment on changes that other people are able to make or other people are trying to make. So they can easily oversimplify complex processes and just say, oh yeah, it's just discipline, or like, oh, just eat less or something like that. And they make it sound like it's so easy, but they don't understand the psychology and the process and the behaviors and the systems behind it. So just keep that in mind, especially if you are making these kinds of comments about other people or these celebrities. They seem like they're like external, untouchable people, but they are people and they live kind of by the same fundamental rules in terms of eating, needing to exercise that you do. And there's not a lot of shortcuts to doing the process to changing your health. And then to go on a little bit further, back in the day, she was on a Today Show. Now she says, now imagine this for yourself, that she wasn't focused on her weight anymore or letting numbers on the scale ruin her self-esteem. And this is something that I talk about a lot on my channel. It's just kind of getting people away from the focus on scale weight and onto what is fulfilling, what feels good, what gives you more energy, things that are going to help you show up better for the things and people you love. All right. And she also said, I've really tried my hardest not to let that define me. A lot of times when people are looking to make these changes, they think the scale is the most important part. And that's not true. That's just not true. I don't know how else to say it. It's not the case. The scale kind of sucks for this. So Jessica goes on to say, I have no idea how much I weigh. I just want to be able to feel good and zip my pants up. If I don't, I have another size. I have every size. She has access to clothes that fit her however she's feeling that week or that month. And that's a big thing too. Stop trying to squeeze into old clothes or do things that don't suit you now, and don't let that scale define you. And that's something I would bring up. Focusing on your scale weight hides important data and can be demotivating and unfulfilling. A lot of times when you just focus on that scale weight, that's just your mass. It doesn't account for lean body mass, percent body fat, your mood, energy levels, feelings of fulfillment, satisfaction. And so if you're just looking at that weight, that can fluctuate with a lot of factors, and it's not going to tell you how fulfilled you are. It's not necessarily going to give you the boost that you're looking for, the confidence that you're probably really searching for when you're trying to change your health and weight. And you can learn more about that. I have a video linked below on YouTube. Why can't I lose weight? It's a common question, and why your scale sucks as a way to measure your health changes. It's like the worst way to do it. You need more information. All right, so Jessica Simpson is going on. Her perspective focuses solely on her health. Imagine a world where more people are doing that. She told People magazine that she's healed from her struggles with body image and is thankful for a positive conversation surrounding it. It says, I don't think people always realize that there was a human being, a beating heart and working eyes with actual feelings behind those headlines, and that words can hurt and stay with you for a lifetime. And those words that we're using to describe celebrities and guessing how they're making these changes can have impact beyond our own lives and what we're telling ourselves what's too hard or too difficult or what we're unavailable or unable to do. And the people around us that are listening to us, the people who are looking up to us, the kids, imagine a world where that's less of an issue. And when people realize they have more compassion for themselves, more compassion for others, and they're able to make the changes they want, they feel empowered. And that's my mission, Fit for Freelance, to make health an engaging part of the entrepreneurial journey by inspiring confident ownership of your path to freedom and fitness. And the vision is every entrepreneur knows how to lead the healthy, fulfilling life of their dreams. And so when you have these elements coming together, you can really have an impact beyond just changing your weight or, feeling better or trying to guess what's like, is that the healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams? Guessing if Jessica Simpson's using Ozempic, semaglutide? I don't think so. So the question I have for you, what does the healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams looks like? What does it look like for you? And start to build that up. Create a process. I have a guilt-free game plan. It's a really straightforward process that helps you build that yourself, helps you think about that, right? So you can focus on yourself and the changes that you might have thought were impossible, and then make those changes for yourself. And if that's something that you feel, if you resonate with that, if you're looking for a more compassionate way to change your health or understand the process and how it can work for you, you can click like, you can subscribe to my channel. And I have a link below to the Health Confidence Club. I've got some 6-week challenges that make it really easy for you to get started. And I'll also put a link to some of my other videos where I talk about, semaglutide, compassionate weight loss, and the mindset the things that need to happen so you can start to imagine the changes that you want for yourself and understand that it's realistic for you. Hold yourself accountable and build your confidence along the way. So what do you think? Are too many people guessing who's taking Ozempic? I search it all the time. You check it out. It says, some celebrity weight loss. Is so-and-so using Ozempic? And it's just like, well, what do you really want to talk about? What does a healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams mean to you? So that's today's message. As always, keep practicing.